So in the military, would you say mentally or physically it was harder?
As far as the military, it was mentally and physically because I did 3 tours in Iraq.
You went to three
Yeah,
tours in
I
Iraq?
did 3 tours in Iraq. So physically, you got to pull your load. So we prepare for that throughout my military career. But it's different when you hit touchdown on the ground. Now you get more of a mental thing now because now you're seeing the results of the training that you've been doing all the time, and people dying sometimes, and sometimes they don't.
Yeah. So waking up, and I've heard this thing. I've never directly had this conversation with nobody in the military. I've had like cousins and close friends go to things like boot camp, and they would tell me like what that was like. But I never talked to somebody in the military about what they was doing. But I know like my cousins and people like when they went to boot camp or friends that I had go to boot camp, they would tell me like you wake up at 4 in the morning and you do it running miles, and then it was to the point where they'd be like, man, it's easy to run 3 miles. When they come home, they be like, man, that ain't nothing, man. We doing all that in the morning, like, and they wouldn't, and it wasn't like it affected them. Like I guess they got used to doing it, so they was just like, man, you know what? Waking up and running 3 miles or whatever ain't nothing to me. Like, so I guess it's kind of like something you get used to. Is it like that in the military?
Yeah, the thing is that sometimes you have natural runners and then you have some that actually build up to become runners through doing it all the time to build themselves up to run.
Yeah.
And the thing about the military, you're gonna run anyway, but just some people just can't run. I'm saying so so when you go through basic, the run sometimes gonna be easier for some people than it would the others. But the one thing I like about the military, we don't leave a fallen comrade behind. So what we do, we'll take the whole formation, go around and pick those weak people up because not everybody designed to run. Basic training is more of a mental thing to try to bring out the best in you and make you push yourself to see what you can take and what you cannot take because you don't know if you're leaving there and going to come back. So you have to be ready. And that's what we prepare you for. I was a drill sergeant before.
Yeah. So as you going to Iraq, were you scared? Were you like, man, what's gonna happen? Or did you already hear stories? Like, did you feel like, man, this gonna be the worst days of my life? Or were you just already in your mind like it is what it is? I'm built for this. Or did you have guts? I mean, did you have it in your gut like, man, I don't know what's gonna happen over here?
Yeah, I think a natural, when you don't know something is already, you're wondering what's going to take place when we touch ground. You just never know. So sometimes it's a natural nervousness, fear of the unknown or natural nervousness because you don't know what's going to take place when you land. And so once you get to a certain location and you adjust to your environment, then it changes. Once we got there, it's one thing when we landed, but once we got on that turf, we had to conduct some other type of training before we even went out to prepare us for what we had to face. And so as you continue to do that, on that land, you develop more confidence to where, okay, I'm ready now.
Gotcha.
But naturally, when you go somewhere that you don't know the land, you don't know nothing, all you know is you're landing, is natural, it's okay to be nervous because that's of something that's you don't know what's about to take place.
Got you. So going to Iraq and seeing the environment over there, is it what they hike it up to be on TV, or is it exaggerated or not, or is it way worse than what we? I mean, I know it's more that goes on TV. It's more going on in real life because they're not gonna show everything that go on TV. You seeing things on TV, did you go over there and be like, okay, man, TV ain't got nothing on what's going on out here for real? Or was you just like, okay, this is what they told us what was gonna happen, this is what I saw on the news and stuff?
Well, TV not gonna never really have, exactly what goes on over there. So it's always worse when you're in the heat of the battle, or it's worse when you over there on that land. They only gonna give you a little bit, show you a little bit, because they can't let you know too much about what goes on in the military, but it's always worse when you're over there.
Gotcha. And also, while over there, I see they had the things where y'all be like, I guess the bunkers. Is that what they call it?
Yeah, they have like bomb shelters and stuff like that in case artillery around. Let's say, for example, they send some RPGs and anything over there, we're able to go underneath for overhead protection.
Yeah. How long does it take for y'all to get used to living in those and just been like, okay, this is where I stay and this is where I reside right now?
Well, once we adapt to our environment, I think it's all on the individual because it's something that we practice even before we even get there. So it's drills that you go through, even like in your regular unit. If they hit a horn, you got to go.
Gotcha.
And it's so we're already prepared for when we hear the sound to react.
Yeah.
So it's just something that, and then once you get over there, it's more of a threat. So it's
Yeah.
not it don't take as long to get to your position because it's real.
Gotcha. And I want to ask you this one question. I don't know how you want to answer it. If you don't want to, it's cool. I don't know if you do this or if it's like the rules or the crews or whatever, things like that. It seems to me that a lot of guys who like are in the Marines and the Army don't like each other because the Army and the Marines going at it, or that Army and the Marines might not like somebody who's in the Air Force on some like, oh, you're weaker than me because you in the Air Force, or you're weaker than me because you didn't go through what I went through. So it's three main corps: the Army, Marines, and the Air Force, right?
Army, Navy, Air Force, Marine.
Oh, I forgot Navy. I forgot the Navy. Shout out
Yeah.
to the Navy. You know, big up to the Navy. No disrespect to my Navy people. So those are the four, the main four.
Correct.
Okay, so am I tripping when I say there's like some internal beef in between them? Like they just be like, okay, I gotta outdo you, or you're weaker than me because you didn't go through this type of training, or is it just that doesn't go on? I just had that one experience with that.
Well, the thing is, it depends on the individuals.
Yeah.
That's how I look at it, because we actually need each other in order to accomplish the mission. So I've actually had missions with Attack Pete from Air Force. They were very nice and everything, and we needed them, you know what I'm saying, for specific missions.
Okay.
Then I also did missions with Navy SEALs, and they was on a whole nother level, but they didn't treat us no different or treat us like we was weak or anything. We just got on, we accomplished the mission and move out. So I think that's an individual thing. Depending on the MOS of the individual, sometimes they can think they better than everybody, but to be honest, if you're humble like you're supposed to be, we all supposed to be one family.
Okay, I got you.
Yeah.
I got you. Big Sarge, man, I appreciate you checking in with us, man. Y'all come check Big Sarge out at his new restaurant, Big Sarge's Home Cooking, located in North Houston on Sam Houston Beltway 8. Everybody, I just say Sam Houston, that's what it say on the side. It's Beltway 8, which wraps around the whole city, and it's on Veterans Memorial Beltway 8, right next to the Shell station, man. Y'all come check in with him. Also follow him on Instagram, Big Sarge's Home Cooking on Instagram. Also, he getting that up and running. Let them know the number. Tell them the number they can call. You got the number on you handy?
Well, you can call me at 832-236-1860.
All right, man. We appreciate you tapping in. Everybody, go check us out. More content coming to the Urban Politicians.